Calculating the price is never a good thing. To say how much somebody is worth is to belittle them. When President Biden, when he was much, much younger, praised the state of Israel and said it was the best £3 billion ever invested. If Israel didn't exist, we'd have to invent one. He was belittling the efforts of the various people fleeing the Holocaust, fleeing persecution, looking for a new life. The wonderful story of the Exodus boats, the extraordinary heroism, coupled with the arrogant abuse by people like organisations like the Irgun, the bombing of the King David Hotel, utterly despicable, and the pushing of indigenous Palestinians out of their homes. And President Erdogan is quite right when he points to the change of the map between 1946 and today. But we have to deal with reality. We have to play the hand that we've been dealt. We can't try to push people who've lived in the state of Israel out, first of all. Secondly, there is very good reason for them being there, and what we really want to do is to get people to live together. Hine ma tov u'manaim shevet achem gan yachad. I think is how nice and happy it is for people to live together in brotherhood, and that should be a brotherhood of Palestinians and Israelis. And so, is the one-state solution a possibility? I think not at the moment. Is the two-state solution a possibility? Again, not at the moment. And this Hamas attack has probably put that back by a long stage. But it's still something we need to strive towards, and we need to look beyond the current hostilities and also encourage prudence and caution. I think Humza Yousaf's call for a ceasefire and a humanitarian corridor is the right approach at this moment, because there are many people stuck in Gaza, and it's just words. If Mr. Netanyahu says leave Gaza and there is no possibility of anybody leaving Gaza, Gaza is guarded by sea, by land, by air. You can't get out, and the exit into Egypt has been bombed. There needs to be a period for safe exit from Gaza, and I don't know how that would be arranged or how that would be policed. It probably needs a third party to come in and oversee that. And I'm sure they exist. The Turks have offered, the Qataris have offered, the Egyptians I think have offered, and maybe it needs a United Nations force, but that would take time. And in the meantime, the Hamas people can bed down and they can secrete their hostages, and of course a country like Israel has every right to defend itself, but defending itself doesn't involve phosphorus bombs. But let's go back to what I was saying initially. We belittle people when we define them by how much they are worth. And in the same way, if we go back to the other big story today, which is Calvin Robinson. Calvin Robinson reached his £30,000 crowd fund today while he was enjoying his Disneyworld trip. And I find that slightly ironic. The problem is it seems rather short-sighted. And And you have to ask, is he going to be able to go back to crowdfunding again afterwards, after people have seen what he is actually doing? Now, maybe there's a good reason for him swanning around Disneyworld. If he's preaching, then maybe it would have been wise for him to have posted shots of him preaching, but shots of him enjoying time with Han Solo and Star Wars. The optics are not attractive, and similarly, the optics of Biden boasting about how much money America has spent on Israel. It's not attractive at this time when Israel is rearing up to attack a lot of defenseless civilians. And I'm also mindful of Owen Jones' confrontation today, which has been sort of widely circulated on Twitter, and it doesn't do him any favours at all. We have to be aware of how much people have suffered from this terrorist attack, from this appalling terrorist attack. And then I think the international community needs to use its influence to help Israel deliver the right sort of response, and to get its hostages back, and to ensure that this doesn't happen again. But I think what is happening instead is we're having a polarized debate, and that debate is not capable of action. We should be having action. We should be helping, and we should be supporting, rather than trying to have a philosophical debate about abstracts and about things, what should have been done in the past. The past is not the situation we are dealing with, and those people who have their heads stuck in the past need to grow up and deal with the reality. And the reality is that Mr. Netanyahu is responding very aggressively, and Israel has a right to defend. Does it have a right to attack? That really is the issue.